What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hey, I'm Sydney. Every single Thursday I sit down and I talk about the craziest true crime in every single state, the one that stuck out to me the most. So if you like true crime, you should subscribe. Today's video is pretty dark. It revolves around an infant and an infant's death just after a few days of being born. It is an unsolved true crime. If something about infants or children's death just doesn't sit right with you, then I would click off this video. You can check out other videos in my true crime playlist, and which that'll be at the end of the video, or I will link it down in the description box below. Last week's video was pretty dark. We talked about a serial killer. Yeah, you know, he sucks. I still have questions about it. I still have questions if he was the killer. This is a new video. We won't go into that. Yeah, so as stated in my last video, I'm no longer going to be typing up my disclaimers. I will just be verbally speaking them, only because every time I ended up posting them, they look fine on my screen, but when I rewatch the video after uploading, it looks very grainy. Here's my disclaimer. As always, I don't mean any disrespect to the victims or their families or anybody that is being spoken about in this video series. This playlist is very dark, it's very gruesome, so it could be disturbing to young audiences or some audiences, so viewer discretion is advised. Yes, so this is an unsolved mystery. We will just get right into it. Like I said, if you don't want to listen to an infant's death, please click off this video, but without further ado, for the people that are going to be staying to watch this video, let's just get into it. September 5th, 2011. The Forrest family decided to go hang out on their boat on Labor Day weekend. They just wanted to get out on the water, they had a day off, and just have some family time. At around 2 p.m. when the family was still on the boat out in the middle of the water, 14-year-old Josh Forrest decided to get some trash out of the water. So he asked his mom to please pull over the boat so he can do the right thing, get the trash out of the water, and there was this bag that he could see, and he just wanted to get out of the water, do the right thing, you know. The family was kind of in a hurry, but Josh convinced his parents to pull over the boat so he could get the bag out of the water. And when they got closer to it, it was a canvas bag with a Mexican manzanilla on the front of the bag. While Josh retrieved the bag, he started to pull out some porcelain angels out of the bag. This was kind of a coincidence when it came to his mom, because she said that she collected like baby angels all of her life, and this was just weird that in this big body of water she just so happened to came across something that she collected. But unfortunately, to their horror, Josh froze up and looked at his mom and said, "Mom, there's a baby in here." Josh's mom, Sharon, looked at him and she said, "Son, that's not funny. You do not joke about things like that." But the longer she stared at his face, the more she realized that Josh was not joking. There was a baby inside this bag. The family was in shock and they were just kind of in panic mode, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know if they should call 911 or try and do CPR on this baby. They decided that they were going to do CPR to try and revive this baby, but sadly it was already deceased. Right after they finished the CPR, they decided to call 911, and they kind of determined that the baby couldn't have been there longer than a full day. But they had no idea how long the baby could have been there, because whenever they retrieved the baby, she was pink, but by the time the rescue team got there, she was gray. The family said that they had drove by that particular spot only moments before and didn't see the bag. Whenever they came back around, it was just weird that they found the bag when they were just in that spot. But because of the porcelain angels that they found in the bag along with the baby, they decided to name her Baby Angel. Baby Angel was not water bloated, which is sad to say, but that means that she wasn't in the water for too long. She was wrapped up in other bags, and she was wearing a men's large green t-shirt that had a faded image of a slice of bread on the front. Also found in the bag along with the porcelain baby angels was a evil blue eye bracelet that was found in the bag along with the green t-shirt, the baby, the angels. All of this was in this canvas bag. So because there was a human baby that had sadly passed due to this incident, it was weird that there was angel porcelain dolls in with this bag along with a blue eye evil bracelet that meant for protection. So whoever decided to murder this baby was actually trying to show protection and love. It's just off, you know. It's really sad to have placed the baby where the baby was found, but along with objects that are supposed to show protection and love. So it just doesn't make any sense. Law enforcement believe that Baby Angel was carried to full term because she was 7 pounds And they believe that there was no medical assistance at all at the time of this birth because the umbilical cord was still attached to the baby and was not clamped off. So this baby was a newborn by only a few days. Drew Evans was a part of the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehensions, and he put out a statement that was hoping to possibly reach the mother of this baby. He said, "We need to help you. We need to get you medical assistance. There's not going to be any repercussions. We just want to help you." Just wanting to reach the mother regardless of the circumstances. She just had a baby, and is she getting medical help? You're supposed to receive medical help after having a baby for at least a few days. They wanted to reach the mother because they wanted her to know that they were really concerned for her. They really wanted to help her. It wasn't a trap. They really wanted to figure out not only who was the mother, but how they can help her. They took DNA evidence to possibly figure out who baby Angel belonged to. There was an autopsy that was performed on baby Angel just to figure out the cause of death, but it was inconclusive. But she did have a small fractured skull. So the Forrest family was the family that found baby Angel, and they're a very religious family. Sharon Forrest, who was the mother, explained that she has constantly prayed for the mother every single day. Sharon is conflicted on if this mother was just really scared and wanted somebody to find this baby before she passed, or if this was actually malicious or just something terrible that somebody would do to a baby. It's just hard to determine because of the protective objects that was found with this baby. And she wasn't wrapped in plastic bags for suffocation. Like, she was just placed in this bag with protective objects. There shouldn't be any malicious intent behind it. It was probably just a really scared mother. It's just confusing and heartbreaking because this baby was only a few days old. Sharon also explains that for the longest she really wanted a baby girl, but she had 2 sons, and she believed this was God's way of telling her that it just wasn't meant to be. And as heartbreaking and deep as that sounds, she said that baby Angel is a part of her family. That is her little girl that I guess God sent her. On April 7th, 2012, baby Angel was laid to rest and had a funeral at the Woodlawn Cemetery, and she had about 150 to 200 people attend her funeral. None of these people had ever met baby Angel and had no idea who she was, but still wanted to pay their respect and support her. The policeman from the sheriff's department that also helped retrieve baby Angel did attend her funeral. Baby Angel was fitted with a tiny white one-piece outfit with little pink accents on it, and she also had a baby blanket that stated "Thank God for little girls" that was laid across her as well. Over the years, hundreds of people have sent in as many tips as they could to possibly figure out who the mother is, or even the parents if this was a joint case. People in the community believe that the right person will one day be tracked down, or the right call will come in so they can get some closure on such an emotional case. The real figurines that were found with baby Angel were submitted to the public, so maybe the mother would come forward and admit that those were her angels, or a friend of the mother's would possibly say, "Hey, I know who that is. That's Mary or Susan. That's her baby angels." And that could be the right tip that came in, but sadly, that never happened. In this same part of Minnesota, 3 babies have been found within the last 12 years, but no arrests were ever made. The case of baby Angel have made public officials and hospitals explain, hey, remember, Minnesota has safe haven laws. You are more than welcome to use that. This is okay, so this way we can prevent things like this happening. Safe haven laws allow unharmed babies within 72 hours of birth to be placed in designated safe haven places like hospitals or fire stations. There are some women's organizations designated for safe haven laws for the mother or their children. They are called baby box, and these are designated safe haven places that the mother can remain anonymous. They can surrender their baby to these safe haven laws. There are needs for organizations and safe haven places so things like this don't happen. It's dark to say that somebody would do something like that because mothers are supposed to love their children, but sometimes there's just things that go into it where people just can't take care of their kids, and that's why safe haven laws happen. Since the safe haven laws took place in 2000, 15 babies have been surrendered to hospitals just across Minnesota. All 50 states have safe haven laws, but the time between birth and the days after birth are different in each state. Most states are 72 hours, you know, between the time of birth and the time of being surrendered. There's other states that actually go up to between 90 days after birth because of postpartum. A lot of states kind of factor in postpartum because you can be so excited whenever you have your baby in the first 3 days, but postpartum is a real thing in a lot of women, so a lot of places, you know, understand that. I believe in this particular case the mother did not know about the safe haven laws, and that is why she put those protective figurines inside the bag. And I believe that if she would have known about the safe haven laws, she would have took baby Angel to one of those places. Mothers and their babies deserve a place of like just a safety blanket after, I don't know, people don't understand how intense having a baby is. Nobody really truly understands that. I don't even understand that because I've never had one, but I know the depths that you take to go to have a baby and how traumatic it is on a person's body, physically, mentally, everything. Because there's a lot of factors that go into why somebody would want to surrender their baby, and I think that's like domestic abuse from their husbands or financial instability, postpartum, fear, just so much that goes into it that there should be laws in place for those, and I'm glad that there are. I know that this video in this case is a short one. There's not a lot that goes into it because it's just such an open-ended conversation about what you believe. There's like honestly no way of knowing who this person is unless they come forward. Oh my gosh, I just thought of, what if the mother attended the baby's funeral? Like, what if that actually happened? Nobody would have known that that was the mother. That is possible. That is possible that the mother of this baby attended the baby's funeral. I guess I want to know your thoughts on this. I want to know what you believe, if you believe it was malicious. I personally don't believe it was malicious. And I know that this isn't like super gruesome. I mean, it's very heartbreaking. I don't know, just tell me your thoughts. I just want to know what you believe. And I also want to know if you agree with the safe haven laws. Kind of like hearing your guys' feedback, so. And I'm sorry that this case is very sad. It was just really interesting to me because I didn't realize that things like this happen. Do y'all remember the story of the teenage cheerleader who had her baby in the middle of the night in her bathtub? What was her name? She was a cheerleader. She got pregnant, but she hid it from everybody. When she went to the doctor to get on birth control, like her doctor was like, well, I can't give you birth control because you're pregnant. She told her doctor, like, hey, don't say this to my mom. Like, still give me the birth control. I won't take them, but I have to keep this from my mom. I know this case is literally nothing like that, but it kind of reminds me, she could have kept that. And she literally buried her baby, by the way, in her backyard. Why didn't she do a safe haven thing? There's so many cases about this that go unheard of. People need to know more about the safe haven laws. And I'm sure that they're widely known, but not everybody knows. I think it's so sad to me because you've seen in movies or TV shows or where somebody has just laid a baby on the front doorstep of somewhere, and that's safe haven laws. That's like a real thing. Oh man, this is so heavy and I'm so sorry. What you guys think about this story, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and make sure to tell your friends. Yeah, that's it. And I will be seeing you guys next Thursday with another true crime video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye.